only natural diamonds with grading certificate Mason Jewelry.
Welcome back. In business, up to 53 billion Singapore dollars worth of construction contracts are expected to be awarded in 2026. Now, that's around 5% more than last year. National Development Minister Chee Hong Tat says at a flagship industry event today that between 2027 and 2030, annual construction demand is projected to be valued between $39 and $46 billion. Mr. Chee adds that despite the strong outlook, the sector cannot be complacent.
If we continue business as usual, I think we will soon run into resource constraints, which will then adversely impact the ability of our sector to seize these new growth opportunities. So to deliver on our ambitious building plans, we will need to press on with our transformation efforts to save time, to save costs, and to save manpower.
The strong outlook is driven by key projects. These include Changi Airport's Terminal 5, the addition of recreational facilities at Resorts World Sentosa, and the expansion of Marina Bay Sands. Housing is also another boost. For public housing, construction demand is expected to range between $6.2 billion and $6.8 billion. Demand for private housing projects is forecasted to moderate to around $5.5 billion, lower than last year. Authorities say the total value of projects is expected to grow around 7% on year and urge industry players to plan ahead.
7% increase in any industry can easily be managed if we plan well. So I urge our contractors, subcontractors, you must play your part in planning for this increase. The industry is strongly encouraged to adopt innovative technology that delivers substantial productivity gains, moving away from traditional labor-intensive practice that relies on workforce expansion alone.
Small and medium-sized construction firms in Singapore will get more funding to automate their processes from April. That's under an extension and expansion of a sector productivity grant. Covering more equipment and digital solutions, it aims to ease manpower costs and improve safety for these firms, leading to faster completion of construction projects for customers. Natalie Ong with more.
This construction firm saw a sharp boost in productivity after adopting a robotic floor grinding machine last year. It now needs just one operator to man the machine instead of 3 and can cover more ground faster.
So in terms of labor, the ratio is 3 to 1, right? And in terms of the area coverage, per man hour, manual, usually we cover about 50 meters square, versus robotic, we can cover up to more than 80 meters square per man hour. There is 70-80% increase in efficiency and productivity level. Yeah.
This marked improvement is what convinced its managing director to automate more. It's now looking to purchase a painting robot, which costs around 100,000 Singapore dollars, with the help of an enhanced productivity solutions grant for construction firms from April. It believes the robot will save time, cut costs, and reduce safety risks.
Wall painting right now, we use roller, very manual work. And the safety risk is also high because some of the wall, we have to reach up to 6 to 8 meter high.
The enhanced grant was announced by National Development Minister Chee Hong Tat at an industry seminar. It is part of measures that the government is introducing to boost Singapore's construction sector. Other initiatives include an enhanced competency framework for project managers from the second half of the year.
We will also be incorporating AI, robotics and automation in part of our accreditation scheme to make sure that our senior project managers at least are competent and have an idea how to manage the future, because in the future these technologies will all be embraced by the industry and project managers need to be ahead of everybody else.
Also in the pipeline, ways to improve how the public sector works with industry partners. Currently, only public sector agencies are able to rate industry partners and not the other way around.
I will work towards a process whereby this rating is two ways. Because as Minister, I do want to know how our public sector agencies are working with the industry. And those public sector agencies who consistently have poor ratings, I will ask them why and how do you improve. I think that will help foster a fairer system.
He says this will encourage the adoption of best practices and level up the entire industry.
To uplift the built environment sector, we're speaking now with Mr. Lee K. Chai, President of Singapore Contractors Association Limited. Mr. Lee, welcome to the show. Now, overall construction demand is expected to be strong in 2026, but is the construction and the BE industry fully equipped to unlock this value?
Well, I would say yes. Yeah, over the past many years, the firms are building up their capabilities. They invest in robotics, automations, technologies. So they are already somehow ready to deliver projects faster than before. And of course, it coupled with good planning, collaborations efforts, which are very crucial. We also need public and private collaborations, public sectors, including the GPEs, as well as the private developers, to work together so that we can healthily manage the projects and ensure that we can deliver on time.
Now, I'm sure you heard in the reporter's story that the BE sector is being urged to continue transforming to save time, costs, and even manpower. Currently, explain to us what are the biggest pain points standing in the way of the sector achieving this?
I would say the biggest challenge now is people, especially the PMETs. Today, we rely a lot on foreign talent because Singaporeans are not joining this sector. In the past, many of them feel that this is the 3D sector, which is talking about dangerous, dirty, as well as demanding. But today, the sector already transformed. We already transformed to be more progressive, less dangerous, and even cleaner environment. So I would encourage more Singaporeans. There are a lot of opportunities in this BE sector. Please join us, and I believe you will reap the good benefits of it.
Now, one of the critical goals is to help firms to scale as well as to take on much bigger projects. So what are some of the initiatives towards this end?
I would say that is the way we do the form of contract. Right? Collaborative contracts is one of the biggest or one of the best solutions for today's complex projects, very complicated, large size. So we need a lot of collaboration. So collaborative contracting will be one of the available. The next is we talk about is digitalization as well as automations. We need to adopt. Yeah, we need to encourage more firms to adopt these technologies, automations, in order to increase their productivity and as well as less rely on foreign workers. Of course, the third will be more on schemes. We hope that we have more grants to support capability development, to support, to defray costs of investment, as particularly on robots, particularly on equipments that are highly or in fact very costly.
You talked about the grants. There are already a lot of goodies that you can tap on. You've got a new tranche of Productivity Solutions grant that's going to be launched in April. Then there's also an expanded list of pre-approved advanced equipment and digital solutions that SMEs can tap on to acquire. Tell us, is this significant enough, and how far will they go to helping the industry?
I would say that this is a very good news to the industry. Investment in terms of equipment is a huge cost. So with the grants, it helps the SMEs particularly to defray their investment costs. At the same time, there will be more adoptions can be encouraged. I would say that more important is still costs is the main factors in terms of whether SME or even any firms wanted to invest in machineries in terms of equipment. We welcome a lot of new list of equipment that is in the in the grants list. So it is very, very good for us to so-called tap on. Now, of course, I would say that the next thing is we talk about is more on, well, this is a very strong, there's a strong demand going on. We know that the demand for construction is very high, especially this year, we're going to hit about 50 billion. It is a good time to start, good time to invest, good time to start off and kickstart as well as to improve our productivity in terms of methodology, in terms of so-called progress. Yeah.
All right, we want to appreciate that. Thank you for your time this evening. I've been speaking there with Mr. Lee Keh Chai from the Singapore Contractors Association Limited.